hip-hop gamer show. What it is, hip-hop.
Okay. Alright, first off, round of applause. You know what I'm saying, my man David up here. So just to let y'all know what's going on, if you guys are a fan of Afro Samurai, then you already know what it is. Alright, first off, you know what I'm saying? I played this game, I ended this game, and I'm very intrigued by the design and the artwork that this game had. And it was good to see, like, you know, even though it's rare nowadays, well, always been type rare, but it's good to see a black lead character in a game really be great and show that type of culture. You know what I'm saying? The way you embrace hip hop, the way you embrace, you know, martial arts, and just the coolness of the character and the overall dynamic of the game in the world. I love you, dude. Straight up, man. I love you, man. This is amazing. So, I'm Hip Hop Gamer. This is Hot 97, BET, GameStop. It's going down right now. I got my man David with me. How you feeling, man? Talk to me. How you feeling, man?
Dude, it's you know, Afro was done like 6 years ago, man, and it took a Herculean effort to get that joint greenlit, right?
Right.
And it took Riz's help almost a year and a half now. I called Riz and asked him for help getting me, you know, to get me over the hump, because we left Namco as a small studio about 4.5 years ago and started our own space, right?
Right.
And we took all that as Afro with us, you know what I'm saying? Because Namco, you know, and Namco didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore, you know what I'm saying? That's just not their style. They're a very conservative studio. And Afro and hip hop is just not what they do, right?
Right.
So all the technology and tooling and art and all the science, man, they just let me buy out, you know, and that was hot, right? That there let me know that you know, that I was blessed, right? And then I had a meeting with Sam Jackson, and I told him, like, hey man, look, they gave me everything. I want to bring this back. With digital distribution, it will allow me to control everything. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Really tight with Gonzo Animation Studios. Been tight for a long time with Gonzo. And I went to them and said, hey, look, Sam says it's ready. Riz says he's down. You know, can we do this, right? Especially because you know, it's the original Afro game was like, you know, a less than $10 million budget. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And yeah, it was going up against games that had like 20, 30, 40 million dollar budgets, man. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was trying to David and Goliath, man. It was really crazy. So for this game, we had to do it for even less. I mean, the total budget for the game is about $1 million, right?
Wow.
And
that's a big difference.
Dude, that's a huge difference. And so what we had to do was, you know, since we own the Afro engine, we had to literally go into Unity, right? Because we simply didn't have the money to have, you know, 14, 15, 20 member dev team, you know what I'm saying? So it's just us 10 brothers in Oakland, man, just trying to make this happen. And we were really successful in hooking up with Versus Evil, this new digital publisher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my boy, Steve Escalante, you know what I'm saying? He's from La Raza, right? He's down. He understands that when it comes to this urban stuff, man, ain't nobody gonna believe in that but us.
Yeah, you already know. See, that's. I'm so glad you brought that up, because me being a game journalist, I'm one of the most like prolific names in gaming as a black person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could talk
everywhere.
Yeah, you could talk to any game company, be like, yo, you know Hip Hop Gamer? Oh, Hip Hop, that's about to. Yeah, it's a different type of, and you know how it is when I come through, like, it's a different type of energy. And to me, you know, whether you're a game journalist or game developer, publisher, or whatever, we always have these unfair humps that we gotta, you know, unfair hurdles that we gotta jump across. But, you know, it comes with the territory. So I really appreciate the fact that you guys had the heart to go in this once again, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, it was really hard, you know, especially now the current game press doesn't appreciate what Afro is, right? And I knew that coming in. I knew that this story, you know, because I go to a lot of at-risk high schools, right, where there's a lot of brothers and sisters in there without no hope, man. And I got hooked up by a teacher that lives across the street from me, And these are kids, you know, who get kicked out of the regular high schools around Oakland, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just like, this is your last, like, rung on the ladder before they kick you out, right? Once you get kicked out of high school, man, it's a fact, right? And I'm like, you know, I ain't got no time, but I gotta make some time for this. And I went in there, man, and I was scared. I'm a big dude. Scared for my life. You know what I'm saying? And I walk up in there were all these little kids, right? But I wasn't registering that. I'm just thinking like knife fight, bat fight, right?
Yeah, like you already know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they line me up and they bring in all these kids and everybody got a mean mug on, and I just snapped, man. I'm just like, look, all these teachers are here because they love you, son. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here because you guys are not the popular crowd, right? And they introduced who I was, and it went from, imagine like 60 of the roughest kids you ever could imagine, right? Like they just here because it's like it's Julia this spot, you know what I'm saying? And when they said this is a producer of Afro Samurai, he's here to talk to you guys about what it took for him to get out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? I have 8 brothers and sisters. We grew up desperately poor without a dad around, on welfare, just a whole 9 yards, man. And we got out, all 8 with the college, all 8, you know, no prison time, nothing, right? Just like the 1% of the 1%, right? Yeah. And I told him, I was like, look, man, as long as I got a spot, you got a spot. As long as I have an opportunity, you got an opportunity. But you got to think of this like a game. All you guys are gamers. You should have seen this. Once they announced Afro Samurai, just
crazy, right?
Everybody just started cheering. Dude, I almost started crying on my big back to myself. I was just, I was blown away. It went from mean mug to I'm a kid again. To like, wow.
And that's why I love what I do, because I mean, I got everything from Commodore 64 to now, okay? Literally, I have over 20,000 games, like literally. And there's no, and my grandmother taught me how to play games when I was 4 years old. So, you know, my passion, my love for games come from such an old, sweet soul. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when I see people, you know, you don't have to know nobody, but you pick up the controller, it's like you know each other for years. It's just this automatic bond because you share this. So that's why I feel games are so important, and that's why I'm very proud that you guys continue to go on with, you know, Afro Samurai. Now, what I want to ask you is, in terms of, you know, RZA, Samuel Jackson and stuff like that, like, how were you able to get them to still be interested in continuing this? Because at the end of the day, you know, money still plays a part and your budget is a lot smaller. So what about gaming and reaching that audience made them say, yo, like, at this point, I don't care what it is, like, I want to be a part of this? Like, it seems like they made it their obligation, you know what I mean? Which is, I think, is dope.
They did. I remember, this is a funny story. I remember I had to empty out my wife's coin jar to afford the gas to drive down to LA and meet Riz. And I called Riz. I've known RZA for like 4 years, you know what I'm saying? And when I first launched my studio, you know, money was super tight, you know what I'm saying? And so I called Riz. I did a couple of favors for Riz, you know, just on blood. Just like, hey man, you need something, you call me, I'm there. I don't need no favors, just right? Yeah. And he goes, and if you ever need something, you call me, and I'm there. And man, you know, you don't know, he's a big star, man. He's the biggest star of hip hop, right? You know what I'm saying? And man, I emptied out my coin jar, got $9, son, right? Damn. $9 from all the way from Oakland. First, I called Riz, I texted him. I'm like, yeah, everyone answer. Yeah, everyone. I talked to Riz in 2 years. Yeah, everyone answer, right? Texted him, said, hey Riz, can I talk to you about some stuff? I want to get an Afro relit. Dude, you know, in 2 hours, the RZA texted me back.
Wow, man.
If you can get here tomorrow, we can talk.
What?
I'm I was shaking that jar, baby. I was grabbing pennies. I was.
Yo, I love it, man. Yo, see, my thing, you know what it is? This is why, when I do interviews, they're more like conversations and building relationships. Because, see, the thing is, what people in the industry, especially the community, a lot of them don't understand is that we all people first. Like, we're humans first. So, a lot of times when you see interviews, most people just want to get the information on the game and then you call it a day. But it's a story behind everything you see. And if you don't appreciate the story, you're not truly going to appreciate the product. You just will look at the product as a product, and then you play it, and then go to sleep, and next day, new product. I just can't let it go out like that. That's why I really wanted to speak with you and get the overall story on the game and the new things you're looking to do in the game that we didn't see in the first. You know what I'm saying?
It's really interesting you said that because once I told RZA what I wanted to do, I told him, man, RZA, I got this bigger plan, right? This bigger plan is this. I grew up in the game industry 24 years. I got a degree in aeronautics, and I never saw another black face.